Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Cursed Compass Rose. The wind howled through the jagged peaks of the treacherous mountain range known as the Spire of Shadows, where no sane explorer dared to venture. Legend spoke of an ancient compass rose hidden within its depths, a device said to unlock the secrets of the universe. Driven by curiosity and the promise of untold knowledge, a group of 5 intrepid explorers set out to find this elusive artifact. The team, led by the seasoned adventure captain Amelia Hart, included geologist Dr. Jonathan Blackwell, historian Professor Elena Foster, cartographer William Turner, and the fearless guide Marcus Reyes. They reached the base of the spire, a foreboding monolith that pierced the sky like a dagger. The legend foretold that the compass rose lay at its summit, guarded by forces beyond mortal comprehension. Equipped with climbing gear and a determination that bordered on obsession, the group ascended the treacherous slopes. As they climbed higher, the air grew thin, and the temperature dropped to bone-chilling levels. Yet the allure of the compass rose fueled their ascent. Days turned into nights, and the explorers pressed on, guided by nothing but their unwavering belief in the legend. Finally, after weeks of relentless climbing, they reached a hidden plateau shrouded in mist. At its center stood a weathered pedestal upon which rested the ancient compass rose. Captain Hart, her gloved hand trembling, reached for the artifact. The moment her fingers brushed its surface, an eerie silence fell upon the plateau. The mist thickened, enveloping the group in an otherworldly haze. The compass needle, pulsating with an unnatural energy, pointed in a direction that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Suddenly, the ground beneath them trembled, and the explorers found themselves transported to a surreal realm. The Spire of Shadows loomed in the distance, distorted and surreal. The compass rose, now a spectral entity, hovered before them, casting an unsettling glow. "We've entered a place where time is a twisted tapestry," Professor Foster whispered, her voice filled with unease. As they moved forward, the explorers found themselves confronted by phantoms from their pasts and glimpses of futures that sent shivers down their spines. Dr. Blackwell faced a specter of the geological disaster he had narrowly survived, while Captain Hart encountered a ghostly reflection of a long-lost love. The compass rose seemed to feed on their fears, forcing them to confront their deepest regrets and darkest secrets. William Turner, the cartographer, saw haunting visions of maps marked with the locations of tragedies he had unwittingly guided others towards. In this nightmarish realm, time became a fluid concept, with past, present, and future merging into a disorienting dance. The explorers struggled to distinguish reality from illusion as the compass rose guided them through a maze of their own memories and fears. Haunted by their personal demons, the group faced the ultimate challenge to break free from the clutches of the cursed compass rose. Each decision, each revelation, brought them closer to either salvation or eternal imprisonment within the distorted fabric of time. The Spire of Shadows loomed ever larger, casting a looming shadow over the fractured landscape. The explorers, their minds unraveling, pressed on, driven by a desperate need to escape the nightmarish realm they had unwittingly entered. As they neared the summit, the compass rose's influence intensified, testing the limits of their sanity. Friendships strained, alliances shattered, and the very fabric of their reality seemed on the verge of collapse. In a final confrontation at the summit, the explorers, battered and broken, faced a choice to destroy the cursed compass rose or succumb to its malevolent grasp. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as they made their fateful decision. With a deafening roar, the Spire of Shadows crumbled, and the explorers were cast back into the mortal realm. The compass rose, now a lifeless relic, lay at their feet. The mountain range, once a symbol of dread, now stood silent and defeated. As they descended, the explorers carried the scars of their harrowing journey. The cursed compass rose had tested their very souls, leaving them forever changed. The legend of the artifact faded into obscurity, a cautionary tale whispered among those who dared to dream of unlocking the mysteries of the universe. Yet, on stormy nights, when the wind howled through the peaks of the Spire of Shadows, some claimed to hear the echoes of tortured whispers carried on the breeze, the lingering remnants of a group of explorers who had dared to challenge the boundaries of time and paid the price for their curiosity. Years passed, and the story of the ill-fated expedition became the stuff of local legend. The Spire of Shadows remained a place shrouded in mystery, its peaks untouched by those who feared the curse that lingered like a shadow over the mountain. However, the survivors of the Cursed Compass Rose expedition could not escape the haunting memories of what they had witnessed in that surreal realm where time itself had been a malevolent force. Nightmares plagued their sleep, and the lines between reality and the twisted visions of the past and future blurred. Captain Amelia Hart, now a recluse haunted by the ghostly visage of a love lost in the distorted reality, found solace only in the relentless pursuit of understanding the enigma that had become her life. She dedicated herself to deciphering the secrets of the Cursed Compass Rose, determined to ensure that no other soul would fall victim to its dark influence. Dr. Jonathan Blackwell, forever marked by the geological cataclysm he had witnessed in that nightmarish dimension, immersed himself in research to comprehend the fabric of time itself. His once steadfast belief in the stability of the natural world had been shattered, replaced by a gnawing uncertainty. Professor Eleanor Foster, burdened by the specters of her own history, delved into ancient texts and occult lore, seeking answers that eluded even the most knowledgeable scholars. The echoes of her past, both distant and impending, resonated through the halls of her lonely study. William Turner, tormented by the consequences of the paths he had unknowingly charted for others, withdrew from society, haunted by the realization that every map he created held the potential for unforeseen tragedy. His once steady hand now trembled at the thought of guiding anyone into the unknown. Marcus Reyes, the guide who had led them to the precipice of the spire, vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a cryptic note that spoke of finding a way to mend the threads of time. The survivors, though physically free from the Cursed Compass Rose, remained bound by the psychological scars it had inflicted upon them. The artifact, now locked away in a hidden chamber, seemed to whisper secrets that only they could hear, calling them back to the Spire of Shadows. One stormy night, a letter arrived at each of their doors, an invitation or a warning. It was unclear. The letters, penned with an otherworldly ink that shimmered with an ethereal glow, spoke of a convergence, a moment when the threads of time would weave together once more. The survivors, drawn by an irresistible force, found themselves compelled to return to the spire. As they ascended the treacherous slopes once again, the air thickened with a palpable tension. The wind carried voices, echoes of their own fears and regrets. The Cursed Compass Rose, though lifeless, seemed to pulse with an ancient energy, guiding them to the very heart of the spire. At the summit, where reality itself had unraveled before, they discovered a rift, a tear in the fabric of time. A figure emerged from the shimmering void, a distorted reflection of themselves, embodying the collective regrets and sorrows they had experienced. In a surreal confrontation, they faced the manifestations of their past and future, forced to reconcile with the choices that had defined them. It was a battle not against external forces, but against the demons within, a struggle to break free from the shackles of guilt and despair. As the confrontation reached its climax, the rift wavered, and the distorted figure collapsed, dissipating into the winds that swept across the summit. The Cursed Compass Rose, its malevolent influence severed, crumbled into fragments, scattering into the abyss below. The survivors, battered and changed, stood at the edge of the spire, gazing into a horizon that seemed to stretch beyond the confines of time. The storm that had raged over the mountain cleared, revealing a sky untouched by the shadows that had plagued them. Silent and contemplative, they descended from the Spire of Shadows, each carrying the weight of their experiences. The legend of the Cursed Compass Rose faded into obscurity, and the mountain range, once a symbol of dread, became a place where the echoes of the past no longer held sway. As the survivors parted ways, the world seemed different. The scars remained, but the haunting whispers were replaced by a newfound understanding, the knowledge that, in confronting the darkest corners of their own souls, they had emerged stronger, united by the shared journey through the twisted realms of time. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great day.